Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd take a little bit of time this morning and talk about why I believe that spirituality should have a place in business. And I know that that's not really a very widely accepted view, right? We think that there's like business and that it's really grounded in something like practical and intellectual, and then never shall it touch spirituality. And I think that we're really flawed in that thinking, and I wanted to share with you why. First of all, let me say that I'm not talking about religion. Okay, when I talk about spirituality, I'm talking about something before religion. And so let me start there. Let me start by telling you what I see spirituality as, and then a little bit about how I see myself benefiting from sitting in that space of spirituality and business, and then another benefit that I experience that comes from allowing spirituality into my business life. So first of all, what is spirituality? And for me, one of my mentors said it really well. He said, spirituality is everything that we don't understand. And I love that description because there's so much when we really sit back, we spend so much time living in our intellectual lives. And we think that everything that's happening to us is so real and so solid. And we don't often take the time to just sit back and wonder, right? Like, where did this all come from? We have no idea, and we'll never know. And there's so many miracles that happen around us every day that we take for granted. I love to talk about the dogwood trees in my yard. I've got a white dogwood tree in the front yard and two pink dogwood trees in the backyard. And it's a miracle that every spring they bloom dogwood flowers. And then the miracle compounds because the white dogwood tree never gets pink flowers on it. And the pink dogwood trees never get white flowers on it. And they never ever get black-eyed Susans. And so something that allowed such a miracle like that, just for the flowers to occur, just for the trees to occur, and then for them to do it in such a I want to say well thought out manner, right? That we don't have to do anything to make that happen, well, except plant the tree, but right? It happens by itself and we'll never understand it. And so when we think about the power that exists in our universe to create things that we will never be able to explain, why in the world wouldn't we tap into that power when we're in business, right? We think it's all in our brains. We think it's all up to us. We think it's everything we've learned. And yet we see people come up with amazing ideas out of the blue. I heard another one of my teachers talk about the blue once, and I love that metaphor because if you want something new, if you want to come up with a new idea, look to the blue. And to me, that's the essence of finding spirituality in business, of allowing spirituality into business, of recognizing that our intellect can only take us so far, but that when we drop the intellect, when we fall into that space of I don't know, into that space of wonder, into that space of not thinking, new ideas come to us, and that those are the most creative. The stuff that comes from beyond our intellect, before our intellect, is just the most powerful, the most powerful. So I love the analogy for business of playing on a sports team, because we all kind of understand that when we're watching a sports team and they start to lose, that they have a way of getting up in their head and making it worse. And we can all understand that if you can just get back in the game, if you could just get back into the moment and out of your head and out of the worry and out of the stress and just enjoy it, right? Love it. Love every second. That's when you're going to be at your peak performance. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to win every game, but you're going to do much, much better if you're there and in the moment, and not worrying about the outcome, not worrying about the outcome. Just be present to what is, what's right in front of you right now. That's peak performance. So again, let's bring spirituality into business, because it brings us our peak performance. It brings us creativity. It brings us new ideas, brings us possibility. And it allows us to exist in a space where the stress isn't there. There's no stress. There's no overwhelm. There's no insecurity, because stress and overwhelm and insecurity come after the fact. They come when our intellect shows up and we start thinking about things. When we're just in the moment right now without judgment, there's no stress. It's just pure reacting with wisdom, with the wisdom that's at our core. So there's one more thing I want to share with you about why I love sitting in my spiritual space, in my spiritual wisdom when I'm in a business context, and that comes to trust. I trust that the universe knows better than I do. I trust that the universe is so much smarter than my intellect. And so that even when things happen that I don't like, I can sit back and trust that the universe knows better than me. And I might not like it right now, but chances are I'm going to look back at some point and be grateful for that moment that I didn't appreciate, because it took me somewhere that was even better. And I trust what shows up for me in the moment. I trust the serendipity of where it's going to take me, that if I have a hunch to do something and get up and do it, that I don't know where it's going to land, but it's going to land somewhere cool. And yeah, I want to repeat that what doesn't feel good today, it's just a stepping stone. And that I really can trust the universe to take me someplace new. I want to say one more thing about opinions. And if you've stuck with me this far, I think I thank you. And maybe this is an opportunity to just share with you, like, there's a deeper thing to see here that can be a really, really hard place for us to go. And it has to do with what we think is true or what we think is real. And the line between what we make up and what's actually true. There's something so powerful about going in deeper, about seeing that things that we believe as truth are actually opinions. That when you can do that, when you can see that something that you think is so solid and so true is actually an opinion, it's unbelievably freeing. And when you find that freedom, it's like waking up in, I want to say like gold dust, like really serene, beautiful gold dust. Because it calms you, it calms us down, and it opens up the possibility to be limitless. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope that I've opened up a possibility for you to bring a space of spirituality into your business world. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. I love you all. I can't wait to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.